Those were good videos.
You and your monkey powers, man.
Monkey power! Look
Don't
at that
show-
tail. Just
don't show
wanders
everybody
out
your
there on
tail.
its own.
Hey everybody, welcome to Seriously Lighthearted Yoga. Today we're going to be talking about something that is rather important and something that Kai says everybody needs to be reminded of all of the time. And that is that the pace with which you do your practice your yoga is very critical, and we're going to talk a little bit about the potential detrimental side effects of doing it, in this case, too quickly.
Speed grows weeds, guys. Try and do it too fast, it's going to get you into problems.
Yeah, it's going to grow a bunch of bad habits and bad body things.
Yeah. In all seriousness, now though, I'm not joking here. Like, if you try and go too fast with your practice, if you try and do too many breathing exercises in a day, if you try and do too much breathing exercise in, say, the course of a year, or if you, say, are practicing on your yoga mat too often, you have bad habits that will form because you cannot sustain that growth. It's like what happens in your body when you get sick. Like, there's a bacteria growing in you and your body can't get rid of it fast enough, so you get sick. Like, that is what happens in yoga. Your yoga gets a little sickly. And these are things, I'm telling you this so that you start to look for it in your pacing in your practice. And when you are thinking about pacing, recognize whether you are able to sustain the growth that you are trying for over, say, a period of time. First, look at that first practice, that practice right there that you're doing. Can you sustain the pose that you're holding? Can you sustain your energy level over the course of the practice? Then take it further. Can you sustain that over the course of a week? Think about it. If you don't think you can, maybe back off a little bit. And then take a look and see if you can sustain that over maybe a month or a year. Again, analyzing it for you and figuring out what you can sustain is going to help you so that your practice does not, again, develop these bad habits. And when I talk about bad habits, what I'm thinking are, for example, in poses when you're on your mat, you could say, allow your knee to come in lots of poses, and that over time can put a lot of strain on what's called the medial knee, the inside of your knee, and that's a bad place to have any sort of pain. So if you're not aware of what your leg is doing, your knee just might start to wander in. Again, that is something that can happen. This is a bad habit that can form and cause you to have knee problems. And these are the kinds of things that I'm asking you guys to look at in your own practice.
Yeah, for sure. So fatigue can lead to poor practice, to poor form. After all, form isn't a form of right and wrong as much as a healthy way to do it and a potentially damaging way to do something. And moreover than anything else, it's always important to remember that it is your yoga practice. It's whatever you need it to be. So don't overdo it. Even if somebody's saying, oh, you got to practice yoga 5 times a week.
If it doesn't work for you, don't do it.
Yeah, maybe that doesn't work for you. And maybe not only do you, there's a mental and physical component to this too, you know? It's not just about what your physical body can handle. Maybe your physical body can handle 5 days a week.
What can you handle emotionally?
But mentally maybe you can only handle 3 days a week. So do it. It's what you need it to be. Just be aware of your boundaries and know that, okay, maybe your goal is to constantly stretch those boundaries as a yogi. That's what it should be, absolutely. But don't take it too far.
Burnout is a real thing.
Mm-hmm. So, speed grows weeds.
Speed grows weeds.
Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow on that note.